G'day guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm doing a double page layout. This is actually my daughter's boyfriend when he was fishing and having a camping trip, and I stole some photos because the team at Scrapbook Fantasies have sent me, so these were some papers that they sent through to me from one of their collections called Fishing Fun Collection, and I wanted to use them because this is a subject that I've never actually scrapbooked before, and I wanted to challenge myself. It was pretty cool. So I decided, so I've got a rice paper there, and I've got a vellum, and this is how this kit comes. So it's got the little collection. It comes with these, the bits I just cut in half, so there's some fussy cut pieces on it, and then there's the pictures you can see here, so you can make a bit of a storyline. I'm kind of trying to figure out how, because this is not something that, it's not a topic that I scrap very often. In fact, I don't even know if I've ever scrapped anything to do with fishing. I've done skiing. I don't think I've ever done fishing actually, but it was a good challenge. I really enjoyed it. So my brain was ticking. I was going through a few different ideas, and I thought maybe I could make this into a puzzle. Then I thought I'm going to definitely do a double page layout. Now, because I was going to have a heap of different elements on the page, I was thinking that if I join the two pages together, I'm then just working with one giant layout, right? 12 by 24. So I wanted to tear this scenery apart because, and then I wanted to bring in a little bit of mixed media because this is more of sort of on a riverbank, that sort of thing. Now, don't mind me while I get the double-sided tape off my layout. Now, don't worry about the green tape where you see the green tape. That's fine. It's just painter's tape, and it's low-tack tape, and it does work. It works fine. If I had the choice of two, this is a tape you can get through Australia, so through our stores over here. I do prefer the mint tape. It is for wet mediums. Like it doesn't go underneath the tape, if that makes sense. Now, don't mind me. Did you see that thing that I just pulled out really quickly? That was actually my new stand. I got my husband to jimmy me up a new camera for my live feeds, so that's what I use now. It's pretty cool. I got it from Amazon, but he ended up putting it through a bit of plastic conduit, so it's more stable. So yeah, so that's what that was. Now I'm using a wet paintbrush, just water on a paintbrush, just to tear off the edges of that particular bit. My brain's still ticking. At this point I was still going, okay, I don't want any straight lines because we're talking clouds. Clouds, they don't come in straight lines. And obviously all these papers are exactly the same. Now you have to stick around to the very end of this because I stuff up regimentally, and I've left it like that even though it's going to bother me for the longest time, but excuse me, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. Now, I ended up, sorry, I just need a drink. I'm doing my usual thing where I do all my creating, make all my videos, edit all my videos, and then I sit and record the week's worth of videos in one sitting. So I find that way I keep my creative mojo going. So, and while I'm on a roll, I just keep going, and then I get my videos done, and then I can load them all up at the end of the week. So yeah, just in case you were curious how I do it. Now you can see here I'm actually mixing the clouds from the vellum and from the rice paper. Where did I put the vellum one? I think I used the vellum. I think the vellum went on here. I know, so you've got the 3 cut apart sheets of clouds. This rice paper cloud, This adds the coolest texture. I've got to tell you that it literally made the clouds feel fluffy. So this rice, don't be scared of rice paper. Yes, it's difficult to get down on paper, but because you can see wherever you put the adhesive, but don't stress about that. It's all good. Now here's where I'm just coming in. I'm using, what colours did I use? Tea dye and brush corduroy. And I think I used a little bit of scattered straw as well. And then this is all in the Distress Oxide ink range. And yeah, I'm just using my Dina Wakley media. It's supposed to be a stamping platform, but I've got to tell you, I absolutely love using it just as a paint palette. It's so good. It's just the right size. It's fantastic. So I'm just creating a sandy beach looking colour. Now, there's not really, for our Australian beaches, our beaches out here, we have a lot of really white sand and some sort of sandy coloured sand. I know in England, I feel sorry for you guys. I really do. I see you going to the beach and it's like all pebbles everywhere. And I'm like, mate, that's not our beaches. The sand is so soft. And so it gets everywhere. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, so I just kind of, yeah, I wanted to create my own sort of beach scene there. I'm going to town here. This is actually still the rice paper. There was just leftover bits on it, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to keep adding to this skyline and just create the skyline going all the way across. And I've got to tell you, it worked perfectly. I absolutely loved how it looked. So I was procrastinating over a few bits and pieces, how far I would take this up, but I was loving the texture that I was getting out of this. And then I've just come in with some tumbled glass, Distress Oxide, to go on the top and the bottom of the cloud area, because we all know that your cloud meets your water, your sky meets the water. There's not actually a gap in between it. So that's where I was just going to town with this, but it needed to be a really pale blue. I didn't want it to make the clouds look like they stood out ridiculously. Can you see the texture from that rice paper? It is so cool. And see, once I put the grass reeds back on, because you know, you've got to, well, I'm talking about the beaches near my place, right? Not Bondi that you see on the TV all the time. The beaches near me, you actually have to walk through, usually over the sand dunes, and there's all grass and whatnot, and you've got to sort of walk through that to get down onto the beach to be able to do your fishing. And that's kind of what I've got in the back of my head. I'm sort of going down this path with it. Now, you got to remember that all of these pieces going across are exactly the same. So by me going through and tearing them slightly different, I'm creating a unique look to the background. Now, what I just did then, which doesn't even, I don't even know why I was wasting my time, but what I actually did, yes, I have his face covered up. He has said that he doesn't mind, but I'm just going to respect his privacy. So, yeah, I just added a bit of green on top of the grass, but it didn't need it. It was fine. Then I decided to pull out. So I got this. This is an ephemera pack, and it's a camping set of ephemera. And I was kind of going, okay, because I know in a couple of the photos he was camping. A couple of them he was just fishing off his boat. Sunrise, you know, that sort of thing. So I thought, well, I could get away with some camping stuff in amongst the front, like the grassed area. And I thought this would look really cool. Now, I don't make you sit and watch me fussy cut it all, because that would be really boring. And so this is where I decide, okay, I've committed, I've fussy cut the pieces that I want, and I haven't glued them down though. And I'm just going ahead, I'm going to stick the photos down. This is, you want to see where I stuff up, you're about to see it because I'm about to do it. So I've glued down the photos, I've tucked them under the clouds and stuff, got them all going, all perfect, not a problem. They're not meant to be straight. Now I'm cutting it in half. Don't panic, I don't actually destroy it by cutting it in half. This is how I like to do, if I'm doing a scenery across 2 pages, I like to join them in the middle. And obviously, ideally, it would have been better if I separated them at that point. Now, have a look at that skyline. See how it all matches perfectly and it all goes together well? I'm about to stuff it up. So I go ahead, I'm gluing down all my bits and pieces because I know that I want them there, and it's all going down fantastically. I've got to say, I love these collections. The quality of paper, it's Australian made, Australian designed by Alicia Redshaw from Scrapbook Fantasies. I will have their link in the description below. And another huge thank you for the freebies. That is amazing, and it's so good to... I'm really enjoying things being sent to me that challenge me because they're maybe not the way I would normally scrapbook. So, yeah, it's one of those situations. But, yeah, so I really, truly enjoyed this. Now, these are just a couple little birds I thought I could chuck. I never use birds, but camping, we can do birds. Okay, awesome, fantastic. Now, this is where I go, all right, okay, let's do a little bit of a quick tidy up. Okay, move that out of the way from... Did you see what I did? I just put the right side over on the left side of me. So I have now swapped sides. To say it bugged me bad, I still, at this point, have no clue that I've done it. Okay? Not a clue. I knew the colour I wanted to put on here, so I was just going to town, and I was doing it, not a problem, and no dramas, all good. Glue it all down, and I've swapped my scenery the other way. Look, I wasn't going to pull it all apart, because you guys know that I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. If I stuff something up, I'm going to show you, 1, how I stuff it up, and 2, how I'm going to fix it. But there was no fixing this. This one is going in the album like this. I will know it forever to be around the wrong way, and it's okay. Look, it's okay, but it's annoying because I know that the skyline should meet up and run across the page perfectly, and it doesn't. So, not to mention, I've got my kettle, my campfire with my billy boiling. I've got that sitting there. That next to the sign. I wanted those 2 things to be like the end caps, like a booking end cap. It's fine. Let me know in the description below. Have you done that before? Is this something that you've done? Because I've done it, and I've shown it to you. I put it out on the internet. Oh dear. Once I glued these down, because I've glued them on top of the rice paper, there was no way I could do anything with it. So I think it's about here that I notice it. And then I go, uh-oh. But this is it, guys. Up close and personal. Let me know. Give me an emoji in the description. Leave me a comment. All the comments really, really help my channel. All my links to the description will be in the description below, to my Facebook, my Instagram, and to my Buy Me a Coffee link if you'd like to help support the channel. And this is where I show you. See the clouds? If you put them back like that, that's how it's supposed to be. But because the title is around the wrong way, it's just silly. Whoops. But hey, we all do it. So like, subscribe. Don't forget, once we hit 2K, we're going to have a giveaway as well. and this time I'm working on it in the background, so I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty keen. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll be back with you tomorrow with another video. Bye for now.